little monologue piecey piece. Let me get the focus right because it's looking crazy. And let me wipe off the microphone. Let me wipe off the yeah. Nah, you just set me on a let's have this conversation for the last time. Not to say that we're gonna have this conversation for the last time, but like let's really analyze it. I have gone through a majority of my 27, 28, 29, 30, ever since March 20th of 2020. I have lost 183 people. I have made memorial videos for a few of them. At this point, like people who don't have good trauma responses, people who don't have like good methods to deal with depression and sadness, like anybody in my state of mind who doesn't have a creative outlet would have fucking off themselves. Thank you so much for the
Well,
follow.
there's no real easy way to say this, but
If it were like
Look,
really like
you're
really
sick.
really up
I'm
to
gonna have to
me,
report you back to Gusto.
like in a grand scheme of the only problem is my own problems, I can understand that. But I specifically remember the music scene that I love literally fighting so bad. We got to play shows, bro. We got to get shows back. Who cares about a mask? It ain't that bad. I remember going to meeting people and they would be like, "Oh, I had COVID, but it's fine or whatever." 183 fucking people. And it's like I could make my entire personality just telling their stories of how I met them, why we kept in contact, phone numbers, memories, stories. But then my political side leak in. And it's like, there are people that saw the CDC saying you can treat COVID as the common flu now. They didn't say that. That is medical misinformation that I just gave you. I'm gonna be honest with you. What they actually said is that the incubation period was a lot weaker and ends quicker. So they're like now recommending that people don't social distance and like do whatever. Like we're ending the thread of staying at home for 5 days because the people got to work. How do I explain that as capitalism to a person who had to do that when they were telling you not to because of capitalism? A lot of people are fucking bad, and I noticed that. I noticed that like the sneak dissing on the other side with the whole like, oh, you only read tweets, you're not gonna be anything big, you're not gonna be somebody. Like the niggas you talk to me. There's a reason why we never in the same room, and it's not because you're controlling the environment. You'll be like, so why do you listen to them? Why do you care? I don't. You're not safe. They don't like you as much as they like me. They just don't want to tell you that because you don't like me. And I still watched my friends die. You approach me as though I have gone through this world normally. I remember one person saying to me, "You act kind of cringe on the internet. You always bringing up posts from the past and woe is me and how bad things are. Like, I get it, like, people didn't book you for a shoot or whatever." So I get neurotic and I start analyzing my posts. Burrow, you're talking about 2 posts out of the 100 I made last year? Now that I know that fact, because I'm a neurotic asshole, what's this really about? Because you wasn't acting like this before COVID started. No, you got locked in a room. You started hearing me fucking talking. You started hearing me fucking talking, and you realized, oh shit, that's not a regular nigga. That's somebody who want to be somebody, and it bothers you. And it bothers you. But I still watched my friends die. You gotta make your friend's death all about you? they're all dead. So like, I think we're not getting the gravitas of the word. When my father passes away, me and him have already discussed how numb I will be to it. And he has agreed to my method of I'm going to do my acid, I'm going to do my shrooms, not run away from my feelings, do my cry, do my I miss you, you know, the 1 year, 10-year anniversary, blah, blah, blah. But him and I have already discussed how numb I will be to it because I've already been to too many funerals. Well, we didn't see you. Why don't you post a picture? Why don't you post this person? Why don't you put like you want me to exist in your bubble and I've so far exited it that like I look down on you because you think I look up to you. What game is this? What world are we what world do I live in which like even if you were correct, I know that if your mother passes away, your grandmother passes away, or somebody in your family that you was hanging out with yesterday, or your boy pass away, you ain't gonna be straight for the next 3, 6 months. My friend Angela, Angela lost a friend named Steph. Steph was a friend of mine as well, but they were two were best friends. When Steph passed away, it was very close to a time when we had last hung out. Me, her, and Jair. And I remember just with like everything, how like I had taken pictures the last time they were in New York. We had done a little fun photo shoot, little fun little thing. Who knew that was going to be the last time she'd have her pictures taken by a professional? Who knew I was going to be that guy? Who knew I was going to be that guy? Can't even process Steph's death because the year after that, Kenny get clipped. Kenny get clipped, then Buff go. Then this nigga dropped, then this nigga dropped, then Malachi drops, then this nigga dropped, then this nigga dropped. And now it's starting to like catch up, it's starting to speed up, and I'm starting to remember all the names, and then I get tired around like name 74. Because now I have to explain to people, why do you know so many people? I have to quantify how much this hurts. I should not be functioning going to so many funerals at so like to the point where it was a weekly activity. And I mean that word. Y'all know me. When I use words, I mean that shit. Every single support system I had, I remember I was going to get a new apartment. Had a nigga up there who was going to give me a $5,000 duplex apartment. Lock me in for the next 10 years. 5,000 a month. And he had found a way to get it to me for 600 plus the first year was already paid. The day I go to move in, that nigga died from COVID. Straight up. This is when like I started getting nervous about not having vaccines at the time. This is when like it really hit me that we are in a pandemic. That nigga die. Then, and I'm sorry to make it about like when this person died, we're gonna get off this. I'm just setting up a stage for something. Um, then after that, what really locked it in for me was a week later, somebody hit me up and he's like, yo, do you have any pictures of the band that I used to be a part of? It was like called Avarice. You might remember us as like Dice 15 at one point. And I was like, yeah, I remember you guys, of course. Why? What's up? You remember the bassist? Well, yeah, he passed away. I was like, you're fucking bugging. He was like 20. What the fuck happened? Oh, he was an EMT. And everything that he was seeing with COVID made him feel hopelessness, so he took his own life. So for the next 4 years, I would argue with you motherfuckers over the severity of this pandemic. I really want to like ingratiate this one. I'm using the wrong word here. I would like to ingrain this one statement to my audience from now until whenever we call it quits. I do this every day, knowing that I spent years arguing with people over whether or not COVID was a lethal killer. When in the near first month of the pandemic, people I knew close to me that I had photographed were offing themselves because of what they saw. Like, and I'm going to bring it all full circle, even if you were correct, the fact that I know that trauma exists and that I should treat people with some level of decency towards how we approach a conversation between two people. If you don't fuck with me, that's fine. But you don't fuck with me? Even if you were correct, your interpretation don't match my interpretation of I know I wouldn't approach you like that, knowing what niggas have gone through at this period in time. But you approach me like that, so I have to have a conversation as though none of these people died because I have to be so straight and focused to figure out what the fuck is your problem. Like, I'm here every day. You don't like what I do here. This is where I be. Other than that, I'm chilling with my girl. It's quiet. I'm about to smoke some weed. Where is this girl at? Come on, hurry up. When I tell you I can't levy enough weight on every single creator, every single person I've met. This is a message from me to you. Every time I see one of your accomplishments on Instagram, anytime I see you building, anytime I see you have a baby, family, married, everything, I visually see all of that and think about all the times we spent, how I met you. Oh shit, so and so's doing that, so and so's doing that. I'm not worried about the internal parts of your machine. I tell you the internal parts of my machine. If that's too sad for you, go fuck yourself. If that's too enlightening and I'm preachy and you don't like my, go fuck yourself. Why? Because for the entirety of my life, I have muted myself. And I thought I was bullshitting when I said this, but niggas from like elementary school, yo, them niggas should have not been picking on you. You was the one that we really wanted to like raise up, but like you was a square back then. You ain't know how to rock with the niggas. Now you do. And it's like, when people start saying the same thing across all different spectrums, oh man, we should have gave you your props back then. What this and that. That means that what I'm doing now shows them, oh shit, he's still the same person. We should have boosted that so it's not stuck in that tunnel. The people that I had in my corner that were doing that for me while I was really ready to get that shit cooking are dead. There is not even sorry for your loss, my nigga. It's your cringe on the internet. Suck my dick. like, yo. You can't be serious because I would never do that to you. And that makes me the better person. But you can still feel negative towards me while I'm over here trying to talk niggas out of suicide and I'm doing this. And like, I'm not doing shit that any other of your people who do this shit you consider cringe. So what is it about me? Is it that I'm telling you that I'm better than you? That sucks. That really do suck. But I hope you enjoy your 13 plays on Spotify, and I hope you enjoy your group chats, because all I'm ever going to be left with is I have to memorialize every single person, because you niggas is more focused on pretending it didn't happen. I have to live with it every day. I'm the paradigm shift, and I will catch you in the next one.